So you heard, or perhaps you watched the film footage that we showed, the map of the country where the growth of these protests has now exploded across the U.S. and perhaps worldwide. What accounts for it, and do you believe it to be completely organic?
Well, there's some strange things. I went to the NYU protest. 40% of the tents were the same tents at Columbia. So there's something very coordinated going on. I think it's a variety of few things. One, I think that a lot of students incorrectly, in my view, conflate what's going on in Gaza with the civil rights movement. Two, we have not done a great job, or we in colleges have created this oppressor and oppressed orthodoxy. And the easiest way to identify an oppressor in the minds of many of these young people is how white and how rich you are. And ground zero, correctly or incorrectly, for whiteness and richness is Israel and Jews. Also, just to be fair, Israel has not draped itself in glory. Netanyahu has struck some deals with the far right, including very bigoted members of the Knesset over settlements. We've seen Israel go from kind of the David to the Goliath. So the atmospherics are not good here. And then finally, I think there's something bigger going on, Michael. I think that you have young people who are enraged by the lack of opportunity that they're presented with. I think that protesting is kind of the new, if you will, sex. Young people aren't having as much sex. I know how ridiculous that sounds, but for the species to survive, you have to have young people connecting in terms of romantic opportunities. And also for the species to survive, you get a dopa hit from gathering together and fighting off a perceived enemy. And I think they're erring on the latter, if you will. I think they're on the hunt for what I'd call a fake mortal enemy. And the reality is, if you type in to Google anti-Semitism and pick any century in the last 3,000 years, you're going to find multiple instances where the world decides that Jews are the mortal enemy. And then finally, and I know this sounds paranoid, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong, the frame through which they view the world is oftentimes or predominantly TikTok. And on TikTok, Michael, there are 52 pro-Hamas videos for every one pro-Israel video. So the frame through which they see the world is, in my opinion, being influenced to sow division and chaos within America and divide young from old. 80% of people our age support Israel. It's 20% of people under the age of 25. Something's going on here.